What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Elevated K9s. Today I'm gonna share a story with y'all, man. It's about how losing my first cane Corso, the first Corso I ever had, died, passed away. I'm gonna tell y'all this story. So basically, I've been into cane Corsos for a while. I love pit bulls, Rottweilers, things of that nature, mostly guard dogs. But I really, at this point in my life, this was just a few years back, I had started putting my money aside. You know, I started working, got me a decent job, started really saving my money to get some real, like something I really wanted, you know what I'm saying? Some good quality. I wanted to save up, get my first cane Corso. So I did that, you know. I worked, I saved my money, purchased my first cane Corso. It was a female. So I got her. She was around 8 weeks old, about 8 weeks old. So what happened was, I like to crop my Corso ears. You know, I like the look on both, but preferably I prefer them cropped. Right now I do have one of my females. I may just leave hers natural. But when I got this Corso, I named her Duchess. That's what I named her. She was 8 weeks old. She was a good Corso, like great. Like, I'm talking about, she was already showing her protective instinct. Like, she was already, like, if it was a stranger coming, she barking, she alert, she wasn't fearful. Her tail was straight up, like she was on go. Like, and I like the fact that she used to follow me, like, because I wasn't used to that. Like, normally, like, dogs I had in the past, like, if I had them outside without being on a leash, man, they'd be everywhere. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. They'd be everywhere. And I used to hate that. I used to be like, man, why my dog can't never follow me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I see other people, they dogs, they'll know, you know what I'm saying, not to go on the street and all that. My dogs used to be everywhere. I'd be like, man, look, they had to stay on the leash. But when I had her, she stayed by my side without being on no leash. Like, she stayed by my side, and I used to like that, because I can be in the front yard with her, walk to the front, the backyard, whatever, and she wasn't trying to go nowhere. And part of the reason, probably because she wasn't friendly to a stranger, so she really wasn't trying to be around nobody besides me, making sure I'm good. So what happened was, she ended up catching parvo. She ended up dying from parvo. And she caught parvo from the vet. She caught parvo from the vet that I took her to get her ears cropped. And the reason how I know this is because when I got her, I didn't take her nowhere. Like, when I got her, like, one thing about me, when it come to buying anything expensive, and especially, like, I paid a lot of money for her, this is my first major money I spent on a dog. Like, so I be making sure, like, I don't want them to catch nothing. Like, I didn't even take her outside of my house. Like, I trained her to poop in a house, you know what I'm saying, her own little section, like, and I throw it out, you know. But that's how much I didn't want her to catch anything. I was gonna wait until, like, she had all her shots before I was letting her outside. And she still caught parvo. But again, this come from the vet. I never took her outside. She didn't catch parvo in my house. She didn't catch parvo until I brought her back from the vet from getting her ear cropped. So I take her to get her ears cropped. I noticed the second day I brought her back, she didn't eat her food. She didn't want to eat. She didn't want to drink. So now, mind you, I'm not thinking it's not like that, because the breeder gave her shots. So I'm like, if the breeder already gave her, and I even witnessed, because like I said, I got her 8 weeks. The breeder had gave her, nah, she was younger than 8 weeks then. No, okay, no, it was 8 weeks. This was her second set. He had gave her the first shots early, and then he gave her another shot when I got her at 8 weeks. So it was like 6 weeks and then like 8 weeks. I witnessed him do the last shot. So I'm like, she should be good. She got her shots. But like I said, back to what I was saying, the second day when she came back from the vet, she didn't eat her food, she didn't drink. So I'm like, she was still being herself though. She was still playing, being herself. So I'm like, all right, she good. You know, I ain't think much of it. By the time the second day come around, she still ain't eat her food nor drink. And she was still being herself, but I started noticing like her energy level was kind of going down some. So that's when I got worried. So then I contact the vet. And I'm like, hey, I just brought my pup back from the vet, and this she's not eating her food, she's not drinking no water. I don't know, I think she may have parvo. So they get to telling me, if she does, I think it's like chances are she's not going to make it. Like they was saying, like that's how strong it is. It's like, and they said chances are she'd be dead within 3 days. I hate to say it, but that's exactly how it played out. Like she died 3 days. Like the third day, like going into the fourth day, but before the fourth day, she ended up passing away. I had ended up taking her to the vet. I took her to the vet. I let them know what was going on. And I said, I think she may have parvo. They like, oh no, I don't know. Because she was still looking like good. And she was still like happy to be her. Like when I was gone at work, she probably wasn't doing nothing. But when she seen me, she just lit up. Like she lit up. Like whatever energy she had left, she was going to bring it out once she seen me. So they saw that too at the vet, so they thought she was good. I ended up calling them the next day. I called them like checking back, like, hey, what's going on? She good? They ended up telling me, oh man, she ain't make it. I gave her the whatever kit that they get them for, like the parvo kit that they do or whatever. And they said when they came back in the morning, man, they see she had checked out. So I'm just like, what? Like, why ain't nobody tell? Like, nobody even had called. Because by the time I checked back, this was probably like the afternoon. They knew she was gone in the morning. And nobody even had called me and said anything. I had to call myself to check on her. You know, I'm not even going to throw the vet name out there. Like, but it was a messed up situation, like, for real. So, you know, I lost her and I let her know. I said, man, she caught that up there. They like, oh, no. They telling me, this man told me that she was born with it. I said, what? He said, yeah, you know, dogs, like all puppies, they born with like parvo, worms and all that. I said, man, look, I know dogs being born with worms and stuff, but parvo, I said, nah, man, like that's a virus. She had to catch that. I'm like, she ain't catch it at my house because she never left my house the moment I brought her home. And she was good for weeks. I took her to get her ears cropped. I got her like 8 weeks, and she went to get her ears cropped when she was like 11 weeks. And so for 3 weeks, she had never went nowhere. She been good. When I get her back from y'all, and then mind you, this was weird too. They keep their dogs. She stayed with them for a week, for a whole week. So I didn't get her back to 12 weeks, and she died at parvo at 12 weeks. So I'm like, I just didn't like the practice there. Like normally you take your dog to get an ear crop, you get them back the next day. For whatever reason, they keep these dogs a week. And I don't like that, especially when you're dealing with puppies like mine. She used to eat poop. You know what I'm saying? She used to like eating her poop. So I was working with her on not doing that. So then you take her to a vet that's keeping her a whole week. Who probably stopping her from eating her poop, let alone other puppies' poop? It's just, clearly y'all facility had to be unsanitary. Because I looked up, I later on did my research and found out that when you call a vet and say that you think your dog got parvo, they're not even supposed to let you bring your puppy in the regular lobby. Like, you been and took everybody's dog out if they dogs ain't vaccinated. Like, so it's a procedure that when you call a vet and say you think your dog got parvo, they supposed to bring that dog through another entrance. And they supposed to even have on like protective gear. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's how serious and how highly contagious that parvo is. When I called them, they had me bring the dog in regular. Was finna have me let the dog walk around. There's other people with little puppies out, all type of stuff. I'm just like, what? No protective gear, nothing. So I'm like, I can imagine how my dog caught parvo here. So long story short, they end up working it out to where they didn't give me a refund because I told them I just spent a lot of money on this dog. So like, And I know it came from here, and they knew it. So eventually they worked it out to where they end up I was able to get another cane Corso throughout that whole situation, which is how I end up with Casino. That's how I got Casino. I didn't pay for him, but I paid for the puppy I purchased. Her name was Duchess at the time. And so when I lost her, they told me I can get whatever Corso I wanted. I ran into a breeder locally around my way, and I ended up getting Casino. So I didn't purchase him. That's how that happened. But like, I end up naming the Duchess I have now. I end up naming her after the one that passed, because that's the name that I wanted for my female dog. And I had her for roughly 4 weeks, and that tragic situation happened like that. So like, it was a messed up situation. Like I don't wish for nobody to go through experiencing that, you know what I'm saying, with their puppy. It's serious. One thing I can say, like, I'm gonna say that for another video, but I wanted to let y'all know, from that point on, things changed. Like, I never, like, when I go to the vet, when I go anywhere, like, I never let my dog sit on the ground. Like, I don't care. Like, I hold them. My last appointments that I took them to the vet, like, I'm holding them. I have them in a crate, something. Like, I don't sit them at no vets on the floors, nowhere. Like, I just be so cautious on every little thing now. Like, every little thing, like, I proceed with cautious when it comes to these puppies. Like, I don't like taking them on walks. I don't like taking them nowhere until they are completely vaccinated. Like, completely. Like, we ain't walking. We're not sitting down in no vets. I'm not letting nobody touch you. I just keep them away from everything until all they shots, they got all their vaccinations, and they good. That's all it's rough. That's a rough situation. You don't want to be in that situation. Make sure y'all dog's vaccinated. And like I said, she was vaccinated, but it may not have, the vaccine that the breeder used possibly was ineffective. And the reason I say that is because it was store-bought. Not that store-bought is wrong, but you got to understand, when it comes to store-bought stuff, we don't know, you know what I'm saying, if when you buy these store-bought vaccinations, you have to understand that they're supposed to be frozen. I mean, not frozen, they're supposed to be cold. So, mind you, if you buying this in the summertime and you stay 30-40 minutes away from wherever you got it from, or Tractor Supply, wherever, if you got if it's warm, by the time you make it home, this vaccination might have went stale. So by the time you gave it to the puppies, it probably not even working anymore. So I think that's something that people don't even realize. I think a lot of people don't realize that. Like, you have to make sure, because it only has like 15 to 20 minutes, I want to say, that you can go outside of that fridge, or the vaccination is dull. It's no longer going to work. So that's just something to keep in mind, y'all. But that's all I want to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Until next time, y'all, make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with more videos, y'all. Stay updated.